Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. If you have a gardening question you'd like our host Fred Howard to answer, send him an email. The email address is fred@planttalkradio.com. Now for today's question. We had a question from Larry this week, and again, it's fred@planttalkradio.com. Larry says, we have 4 linden trees. Are lindens acid-loving trees, and would I do the tree any good by giving it an acidic fertilizer?
You know, I don't think lindens need the acidic fertilizer. I mean, if you think about walking in the woods in our native range, a lot of times you'll see a fair amount of lindens throughout. So I don't think acidic fertilizer would make any difference than a fertilizer. So, you know, if they're younger trees, you need to fertilize them. I think just a traditional fertilizer would work fine for those linden trees.
And I totally agree, Chris. With the loss of some other big trees, linden has come way up on my list, and all of its cultivars as far as medium-sized trees, big trees, leaf color, and on and on. And they are, and by I guess you'd say genealogy, they're natives in Ohio. Well, the basswood is a native tree. I have some old farm tools made of basswood because it's so easy to carve. But going from there, as you said, as you walk in the woods around here, you see lindens in general in what is probably a fairly alkaline soil.
For sure. I mean, I know there's one here in Columbus that's, I know it's every bit of 80 feet tall. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's probably more traditional native basswood. But, you know, they're great trees. I like them, and I think they're underused in the landscape, and especially now the fact that we haven't seen a lot of Japanese beetles over the years.
Yes.
That's the only thing I worry about lindens is, especially those little leaf lindens, Japanese beetles love them.
They do, and they'll fly for miles to get to them, by the hundreds, as a matter of fact. But we haven't had that problem in the last several years.
No, we haven't.
But, you know, if it comes and goes and you have a linden, a little spraying will take care of it, and they're pretty tolerant of that defoliation anyhow. So,
and don't be allergic to bees.
Oh,
yes, they do like the bees. Or bees like that. And
be sure you understand that when it is in flower, it attracts bees, and you should then carefully, in a quiet of an evening, walk to the downwind side, because those fragrance will just get you.
Oh, it is fantastic, and a beautiful shape tree.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, thanks again for listening to our podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our other podcasts as well, the Plant of the Week podcast and the Plant Talk Radio podcast, all on iTunes or your favorite podcast player. If you'd like to sponsor a daily podcast, contact us at fred@planttalkradio.com. To find out more about Fred Howard and Plant Talk Radio, visit our website, planttalkradio.com.
Circle270media.com